Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. And you are very welcome, my friends, especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, listen to this. Phoebe Waller-Bridge tagged to make Bond 25 f- f- funny. Oh, it's, it's a joke, no pun intended. I love Phoebe. I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's a great girl. She's so talented. Killing Eve and Fleabag. They're awesome. They're freaking awesome, and I love her. I really do. But why has someone been roped in to make a James Bond film funny? Now we get this with the MCU. Kevin Feige brings comedy writers in to write like the jokes and the humour. But this, why? Look, a lot of you, I don't listen. I don't really make James Bond videos, and I should in the future as we get closer to Bond 25. But it's, I don't get it. Right. Basically, right. I don't like the people who write the James Bond films. No, that's not fair. I don't know them. It's not that I don't like them. I hated Spectre. Spectre was a terrible film. It was a car crash of a film, especially the ending when Bond leaves the MI6 to run off with that woman. That was freaking ridiculous. The whole film was a letdown. The title got us all pumped, and it did nothing for the franchise. Casino Royale, right, is the one of the best James Bond films I've ever seen, and certainly the best Daniel Craig film. And especially when he came out and said, I'd rather slit my own wrist and make another Bond film, then obviously he gets an up in wages and he comes back. I felt that they should have cast someone else. And Haggis and Co., the writing team who have been involved with Bond for a very long time now, even since the Brosnan days, and they've written some great Bond movies. But, the row of movies they've been involved with have been very inconsistent in storytelling terms and writing terms. The quality hasn't always been there. So why not, right? Why not just get rid of those writers? Why didn't they just bring Phoebes in, right? Just to write the whole film, the whole screenplay, the whole story. That would have been cool. I would have been excited for that. But to actually bring her in just to write some gags is absolutely ridiculous. The truth is, you're not happy with these writers, you want to get rid of them, but you just want to kind of not admit that you don't want to work with them anymore. So you're bringing Phoebes in to kind of sort this situation out. She's so talented, she could have written the whole movie. And, Haggis and Co. shouldn't have been involved. And as soon as I knew they were going to be involved again, I was concerned. This film is a car crash waiting to happen. The Bond franchise is in enough trouble as it is without kind of having these people write this script and then bring someone in, a very talented writer who could, write this film blindfolded to just add some gags. It's ridiculous. So let's have a look. Right, let's see. Right, here we are. Trouble traditionally follows James Bond, but hardly behind the scenes. That clearly hasn't been the case with the franchise's 25th installment, which has seen aggravating back and forth with star Daniel Craig's, the departure of the original director Danny Boyle, which I thought was outrageous, by the way, the 25th hour hiring of his replacement in Carrie Joy Fakunaga. Right, I hope I said that right. I actually love this director, and it has potential, but it's starting to sound that he doesn't have creative freedom on this film by the looks of things. Now, there are lingering issues with the script, according to The Observer. The Observer! Fleabag and Killing Eve creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge has been called up to punch up Scott Z. Burns' screenplay. They report that it's at the insistence of Craig, who met Waller-Bridge after seeing Fleabag in New York City. Craig apparently felt it needed polishing and wanted to see if she might improve it. The problem with Daniel Craig, he does this a lot. He interferes and he takes control. And as with the last film, it doesn't work out well anyway. Although he did bring Sam Mendes into Bond, and that was a very good decision, so I stand corrected a little bit there. It should be noted that the film is due out a year from now, and that Waller-Bridge is the 5th name to work on this story, following Burns, Robert Wade, Neil Purvis, and John Hodges. All right, I don't know where I got Haggis from. He doesn't seem to be working on this. But anyway, these are the writers. I mean, Robert Wade and Neil Purvis have been working on Bond for a very long time, and I think it's time they actually went away. Right, anyway, in John Hodges, but 5 writers on one project. This is ridiculous. What's even more staggering, as the Observer points out, is that Waller-Bridge is only the 2nd female to have worked on a Bond script. That is freaking irrelevant. It shouldn't even be noted. Yes, we want more female creatives, but we all know that anyway. What was the point of even putting this in? Staggering my backside. She follows Joanna Harwood, who had been the secretary to OG Bond producer Harry Saltzman, and was called up to punch up the scripts for both the inaugural Bash 62's Dr. No and its far superior sequel 63's From Russia with Love. Seeing how the latter is one of the greatest entries in the franchise, perhaps it bodes well for 25. As usual, this generation, this culture judges people on their gender rather than their individual talent, the gift that keeps on giving, right? Anyway, if anything, it should suggest that the writer's room needs less test. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, right, okay. Listen to this, just listen to this. It should suggest that the writer's room needs less testosterone. Oh, God. Nevertheless, Bond 25 is still tracking to be released in 2020. In addition to Craig, the film stars returning faces Lee Sedux, Ben Whishaw, Naomi Harris, and Ralph Fiennes, with recent Oscar winner Rami Malek, which is an awesome piece of casting, reportedly set to play the villain, possibly with Mouthpiece. That was such a horrible article, but I just wanted to read it out to kind of have some substance to this video. Less testosterone. Is that where we are now? But this is the problem, isn't it? We're judging people not on their talent, but their gender. And I want more women to work in this industry. I'm encouraging that right now with what I'm doing, but less testosterone. Anyway, right. Basically, this Bond film sounds like a freaking car crash, and I'll end this video the way I started it. First of all, let me just say this. I am gutted. I've been watching James Bond since I was a young boy. It's a great franchise. I've loved the modern era as well. Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, awesome Bonds. And what a shame it's come to this. Bring one director in, chuck him out, bring another one on the 11th hour, have 5 writers involved on one film. It's a car crash. So let's end this video how I started it. Why the hell didn't you just recruit Phoebe Waller-Bridge from the very beginning instead of going through 5 freaking writers?